up here, Kathryn Viau.
It's actually Viau, like Rio. It's got 3 vowels in a row. Nobody can say it. Nobody can pronounce it. My maiden name is Smith. It's been a pain. I started doing comedy in February with that pretty lady over there, Amanda. So tonight I'm going to try to do it without notes except for these. I got bored over the pandemic and I joined Ancestry.com because now I'm old and I want to know where I came from. And my mother had such a pretty dark skin, and her mother, and I thought, I set my little DNA swab in and I thought, maybe we've got something cool in the family, you know, maybe some Mediterranean DNA. Maybe some Hispanic, maybe some Jewish. I'm from the South, maybe some black, something to stir up the pot. No, I'm white. I'm mayonnaise white. I really am. Mostly French and Scottish. I'm a little surprised about the Scottish, to be honest with you. I don't know if y'all feel this way. I don't want to offend anybody, but I absolutely hate bagpipes. I don't get it. I don't understand it. First off, the name is a little on point, don't you think? Bagpipes. And what? Did they hear a bunch of cats screaming and go, music? Let's put it in a bag. And why can't they wear pants when they play this? I think something's going on between the kilt and the bag. I don't know. I did find out, and sometimes you can see your traits in your family. I have a problem with navigation. Really bad problem with navigation. And I looked it up a long time ago, and it's actually a genetic problem. It goes down through the decades. So when I'm doing my family tree, I met my great-great-grandfather, who served in the Civil War for the South. But when the Civil War was over, he was in the North. And I found letters. He got lost on the way home. It took 2 years to get home. My husband looked at me and said, yeah, it's probably, you know, he had the map upside down. I'm like, yeah, probably did. And I was doing my family tree, and you know, when you're white and Southern, you're like, oh God, you know. Because it works like this. If your pre-Civil War family had money, then your pre-Civil War family owned slaves. And if your pre-Civil War family did not have money, then they did not own slaves. So after getting done with my family tree, I can report to you that my pre-Civil War family was the biggest bunch of poor white trash you have ever seen in your life. Poor white trash. We did better in the 1900s. We moved our way out of the poverty, but we did better in the 1900s. In fact, my mother would want you to know that we're from the Designing Women South, not the Dukes of Hazzard South. And for you younger folks, we're from the Southern Charm South, not the Honey Boo Boo South. I'm not judging. It's just different. However, we do party with them on occasion. And I was at Thanksgiving in Effingham County outside of Savannah one year. And this man walked in, and his chosen attire for his family's Thanksgiving celebration was overalls, no shirt, straw hat, weed in his mouth. And because it was a potluck, he brought 2 jugs of moonshine. So I sat with him at dinner. You know, when in Rome. And he told me that his parents had honeymooned in Mexico. And he was conceived in Mexico. And therefore they gave him a Mexico name. His name was Jewy. Jewy. J-U-A-N. It's a Mexico name. I'm not lying about this. Jewin told me that his most favorite thing in the world is that he is president of his Civil War Reenactors Club. He loves this thing. There is way too much money and time in the South spent on the Civil War. I just want to let you know there is. So after a while, I finally asked him what I ask all my friends. You do know you lost, right? And he looked at me and he smiled and he winked and he went, well, little girl, jury's still out on that one. No, it isn't. No. I asked him who played the North. And he said, well, we get these boys from Ohio. They come down here every year. And I thought about that. I bet they do. I bet they come down every year. Because every year they win. Undefeated. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.